You sound kind of stuffy, V. Are you sick?
I don't know. Maybe. I want to say yes because I couldn't smell Ed smelling like crabs yesterday.
Why would Ed smell like crabs?
Because he went crabbing. No, is that the word? Crabbing?
You know what? I said that earlier and it sounded
Crabbing.
weird.
You said crabbing and I laughed. I was like, that doesn't seem right,
Really?
but maybe it is. Well, they went deep sea fishing.
Right.
Yeah. And they were picking up crab pots on the way.
They brought home like 200 pounds of crab. So then we all went to, me and Sunny and Clark, who was actually the chef. Well, one of them.
One of them.
We did like a crab boil.
Yeah, what do you call it?
Yeah,
What's
crab
the word?
boil.
Crab
Crab
boil.
boil.
And fish frying.
And fried fish. That fried fish was so good. I took the
bomb.
first bite and I was like, I really hope I don't have an anaphylactic reaction right now.
Oh, yeah. You're kind of a little allergic to fish.
When I was little, I was allergic to
Not
tilapia.
shellfish. Oh.
No, I could have everything else. Tuna, salmon, I would eat sardines. Growing up, it was just tilapia.
That's so random.
At first,
Crazy
my
specific.
eyes would get swollen shut. And then it turned to like just my lips getting fat. And then I would get like a tickle in my throat. But I think I've grown out of it because I've since had ceviche that my mom makes with that same kind of fish. And I've been okay.
Your mom's like,
But
I don't
actually-
care about your allergy.
No,
I'm
she
still
would
putting
always
tilapia in it.
she would always make an extra of shrimp ceviche.
Oh my God,
but
that's cute.
I love ceviche so much, so I would just load myself up with allergy medicines before I would eat it, and then I'd be fine. So maybe I fixed it with exposure therapy.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Is it Hitch?
Yes.
Where they're out on the
When he
date
gets swollen.
or whatever. Yeah, and he gets swollen and he's just drinking the Benadryl with a straw. That's what
And
I'm
then he's
picturing.
so messed up on it.
That's what I'm picturing.
That was me. Yeah, I'd drink my little allergy meds and then eat like 5 tostadas of ceviche.
That's
so good.
funny. They just randomly
Drinking
grow out
like
of
a
it.
juice box.
Actually,
it was fine. I ate that fish last night and it was so good. And it was fine.
similar to Clark, because Clark, the whole time I've known him, has been allergic to shrimp up until maybe like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. You can grow out of them, but you can also develop new ones. One time, one of my teachers in nursing school was like, yeah, I ate mustard my whole life. And then one day I just had an anaphylactic reaction to mustard. I was
Oh
like,
my God.
what? That's so scary.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would take it over what I have, but like, I don't have any food allergies, but just like allergic to everything in the air. It's like
Yeah.
pollen, trees, like
Yeah.
grasses.
Horses.
So, horse.
You're allergic to horses too?
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Good thing you don't have a horse.
Good thing I don't have a horse. No, I'll never.
In our one bedroom,
Your
our one
studio.
bedroom place.
So,
A
anyways, that
horse.
was really fun last night. That
Back to it.
seafood boil.
Yeah. It was so good.
We took some extra crabs to my parents right after that, and
Same.
I told my mom, and she was like, "How do you cook these?" I was like, "They're already cooked. We boiled them." And I was like, "We
open
put
them
them
up.
in live," and she goes, "Oh."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, Ed was just cracking up. I was like, "Me too." That's what I said.
Yeah. Yeah. I boiled like 60 of them.
Oh my god, killer.
Yeah. Yeah. But thank you. It was very good.
Yeah, that
good.
was very good.
Spoiled
Good
to
job,
have
Clark, and good job, Quentin.
such fresh.
Yeah. And Quentin's mom too.
And Quentin's mom.
Yo.
Yep.
All the stuff she cooked was so good. So dope.
Anyway,
Nice.
How are you, Sonny?
Yeah.
oh, how me? How am
How
I?
are me?
How's me?
How is
how's
me
me?
doing?
How's me's?
I'm good. This morning we picked up our place, so recording today would feel a little bit more
Oh, cleaned up.
cleaned up. Yeah, you can't tell, but you didn't know what it looked like before.
Oh, trust me, I believe you. Not because you're messy, but because I just did that recently. Because when the house is a mess, I can't do anything. I get
Yeah.
anxiety. Like I have to clean
Same.
it
Yeah.
to do anything. That's why the other day when I was like, I'm gonna spend the entire day on Festies. I didn't start till 1 because the whole morning I was just cleaning. I was like, I can't do anything else in this mess. I have
Yeah.
to clean this, and then I can start on Festies.
I feel it.
Yeah. Well, we went to a wedding reception on Friday, and then we played a gig on Saturday.
Oh yeah, how's your gig?
It
That's
was
what I was gonna ask about.
good. It was near Napa, just a super fancy hotel. Clark overheard
Yountville.
Yountville, yes. Clark
Yountville.
Yountville Estates.
Yeah.
Clark overheard somebody say that it's like $1,000 a night.
The hotel.
Yeah.
You guys didn't stay there. You just played there.
No,
We just played.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That'd been sick.
This was the first time, not only did we have our PA going, but they also hooked us up to the speakers all around the hotel.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, but I definitely was talking in between, being like, what are we going to do now? Not until like the last set did I start switching my mic off in between songs.
oh,
If we play there again, which I hope we get to play there again.
rookie mistake.
Rookie mistake. Yeah.
What a great segue.
Yeah. Vanessa,
Sick.
professional host. Yeah, so if we get to do that again, now we can have Clark walk around and see how much you can really hear. Like at the pool, was it like, oops, sorry, I messed up?
Yeah.
Just loud. Oh no.
Whoopsies.
So Vanessa just said rookie mistakes. I'll let her continue with her genius segue.
Music, festivals, friendship, festies.
Okay, so nice segue into what we're going to be talking about today, which is rookie mistakes either we've made or have heard other people make. Today, we're only going to talk about rookie mistakes in terms of planning out your festival and budgeting,
Yes.
because there's so many things we could say. So we're going to limit it to that. And then we'll probably do another rookie mistakes episode later on.
We've made so many mistakes.
So many.
So we got to break it up. Do we want to start with planning?
Yeah. So we're talking about planning. We're talking about planning your festival in the sense of knowing the festival grounds,
Yeah.
knowing what artists you want to see, doing your research a little bit. I mean, you don't have to do your research, but we're always big research people in terms of listening to new artists that we don't know.
Part of it is you're paying so much to go to this thing. You should see as much music as you can. But also, sometimes it feels good to just go into it and be like, I'm just going to follow the crowd and not worry about it. So it's like there's
By crowd, you mean your group of friends.
your group of friends, yes.
Don't follow
I'm
the
just going
crowd.
to follow the whole
The
crowd.
whole crowd. But yeah, it's
Our
like
crowd.
learning the layout of the festival, knowing where your bathrooms are, knowing where your lockers are, or your hydration stations, where to fill up water,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. That's what we mean by planning. So,
We were saying, though, instead of listing out things, we would tell you some stories of what we've gone through because everyone has such a unique experience at these music festivals.
yeah.
So I think by telling our stories, you kind of get a little more personal and really like get across what potential mistakes you can make and how to avoid them.
So I just want to start off by saying that to this day, I still don't plan as well as I should. When we first went to Bonnaroo, I never looked at the festival map. Well, first of all, they stopped giving out festival maps, like paper maps.
I hate that.
You had to look at it on your phone, which I try not to do that so much because then your battery runs out and whatever. But so my thing is, I know Sunny does too, like we like to get to the festivals early, not right when they open,
Yeah.
but like pretty early when it's still kind of empty. And we just like to walk around and check out where everything is. So that could be part of your planning, whatever, just going in a little early on the first day to see where everything is. So I guess our rookie mistake number one is getting there late on the first day.
Yeah.
Especially if you don't know, if it's like your first time at this festival.
Yeah. And then I think it leads to waiting in a long line.
Right.
If you
There's
get
so
there.
many things that come with showing up late to a music festival.
Right.
And by late, honestly, for me and Sunny, late is like going in after 3.
Yeah. Right. For a daytime festival.
Yeah.
I just want to say, I feel like a lot of the times when we're going on and on about a festival, we're most likely pulling experiences from outside lands.
Yeah.
We'll do a better job about specifying which festivals we're talking about because ones like Bonnaroo and even Coachella, camping festivals, they run later. So
Right.
for the daytime ones, yeah, anytime after 3 p.m. That's late.
Yeah, I don't know. Even in Bonnaroo and Coachella, I feel like that's... Well, let's say this. For the camping ones, you can still have fun outside at the grounds. If
Right.
you're, like at outside lands where you have to like, there's no camping, you have to arrive and deal with traffic and the lines, that kind of stuff. You definitely want to be there early for those.
Right. Yeah, so definitely getting there early is a must. One of my rookie mistakes is
ignoring the schedule / lineup.
the older we get, the older I get. I won't speak for everybody, but the more research I have to do. I remember the lineup would come out back, 10 years ago, whatever, and I'd be like, oh, sick. And now I don't know anybody.
I know, we're getting so old.
And then I have to like look everybody up. But then it makes it kind of, fun to find new artists in that way.
Yeah.
A lot of these festivals, they release it early so you can go look through the schedule. I kind of want to say how Clark and I actually prepare for festivals, because there's a big difference between an artist's performance and the music they put out. So we pull out the schedule and we go on YouTube and then go line by line looking at live videos of the artists. And then within the first 10 seconds, we usually know if we like it or not. And then we close it, because if we like it, we're like, okay, turn it off. And then we circle that on our schedule.
When I was looking back at old set times and stuff, I saw that there were like artists that I love now that I didn't see because I, one, either didn't know who they were yet.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about, is like recently in the last like year, like literally the month later, I became obsessed with this artist, like a month after the festival. And then I was like, why did I not really look at who was playing? Like you said, because I don't always, like, I'll look at the lineup and I'll be like, hey, these are the people I really want to see. Then I'll listen to the playlist that they make on Spotify.
Yeah.
And like I'll listen to that, and then I'll pick like songs that I like. I'm like, okay, I want to see this artist. But Ed and I were obsessed with Ty Verdes, and he played at Bonnaroo. And we missed him completely because we didn't even realize he was there.
Yeah.
And it was like a month or two later that we were like obsessed with him. And we saw, I think, Briston Maroney instead, but he was also really good. But still, I was like, if we had done a little bit of research,
just the
we would have
tiniest
been
bit.
able to see him.
Yeah.
Because we love him.
The other one,
Isn't necessarily a rookie mistake, but I think it's interesting how Vanessa and I have evolved as festival goers.
Yeah.
Vanessa and I kind of used to want different experiences at music festivals at the beginning, because I was like all about the music, and Vanessa was like that too, but also was like, can't we just all stay together? You know, she wanted the group to stay together.
My very first few years of going to music festivals, not that I didn't care who we saw, but I was like, I would rather see somebody that maybe wasn't my top list, but like we're all together and having a good time, than go off and see somebody by myself that I really want to see. If I really want to see somebody, I don't want to go see them by myself. I want everyone to be around me and having a good time experiencing that. So I'd rather just go with the group. So like my first few Coachellas, which the first few festivals I went to were all Coachellas, I was like the little kid that my mom and dad were bringing around, like with the group that we went to, just followed wherever, whatever they wanted to see, that's where I was going, because I would always have a good time no matter what. But yeah, Sunny had her idea of who she wanted to see, and that's what she was going to go see.
Yeah.
Which worked out for us because, like I said, I didn't care that much, so I just would follow Sunny wherever we go.
Perfect. Yeah, I feel like I've loosened up with that a little bit, though. It's a hard line to walk, for sure. And I feel like no matter what, you can find regrets in each decision.
Yeah.
But a classic rookie mistake is skipping out on seeing an act just because you've never heard of them.
You just have to go into it with an open mind.
Yeah.
Even if there's people there that you don't know, you could fall in love with. I've discovered so many artists just by being like, oh, well, I don't have anyone to see right now. Let's go to this stage, see who's playing.
Yeah.
That's how I found Dermot Kennedy, and then I became like obsessed with him.
Oh, yeah, she's obsessed.
Yeah, he was playing at Lollapalooza at like 1 p.m. on the main stage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I remember I went with a couple of friends, and we were like, who is this guy? His voice is amazing.
Yeah.
And then I went and saw him. He's one of the concerts I've been to by myself.
That's right. Yeah. All these artists, like bands and artists who are on these lineups, they've made it to a certain level of performing and have a certain like amount of experience. So I feel like no matter, it's high probability that whatever you're going to see is going to be a good performance. It might not be the kind of music that you listen to every day, but you kind of got to just think about it like the performance, you know?
Yeah.
You guys are talking about your priorities at different times too, right?
Right.
When you first start going to festivals, you felt one way, and now you feel differently.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's good about planning, is if you do put that little effort into planning, you go, well, you know what? My priority is being with my friends. I'm fine with whatever they choose, you know? And I feel like that's something we've learned. Like, yeah, I think last Outside Lands, there was a day where I was like, okay, this one is more open. So I'm going to, you know, there's more places I
Trust
can
my friends.
Yeah. Oh, they want to go see Emil and the Sniffers. Cool. Let's go see that. Yeah. And sometimes that ends up being a whole day. And then that can be a really amazing day where you see a bunch of stuff you didn't even know.
Right.
You know, you didn't know about that. And it just happens.
Yeah, it's hard because, like, there's so many ways to go about it.
If you enjoy being with the group, yeah, stay with the group. But If you're staying with the group because you feel pressured to stay with your group, I would say have at least one day of the festival to be selfish and go see what you want to see.
Yeah, and I'm a little bit more like that now.
Oh.
Like I'll go see, like Ed and I will go off and see whoever we want to see
Yeah.
instead of staying. We did that a little bit at Bonnaroo when we all went together.
Now that we're confident
Yeah.
festival goers, we're just like, peace out, see ya. Where are we going to meet? you know?
That was my next point. Great segue. My other rookie mistake is not having a meetup spot and relying too much on your phone.
Yeah.
Like you really need to talk about where you're going to end up if you lose each other, or if you're going to the bathroom, be like, hey, meet at this tree. Everyone go to the bathroom, meet at this tree when you're done.
We use the speaker towers a lot.
Sound booths.
Outside lands specifically, they have a windmill that you can see from the main polo fields.
You can use all the art installations like at Coachella or other places have art installations, but sometimes the towers have numbers on them. If you go off and be like, oh, I'll just find them later, like, no, you won't.
Yeah.
No, you won't. And maybe you will, but like, unless you talked about where you're going to be for a set later on in the day, like we normally do, we'll be like, hey, for the headliner, this is where we're going to be. If we split up, just meet there for the headliner. We'll do that a lot.
Yeah.
But do not rely on your phones. There'll be no service. People's phones will die. People will not be looking at their phones. People will lose their phones. People will get their phones stolen. Like, also, another biggest thing that we do, or I like to do, I think we mentioned it before, like if you're sending a text, it might not go through for hours on end. So at the end of your text messages, always in parentheses put sent at, and then whatever time you sent it.
Yeah,
So people
that's
know.
genius.
Yeah.
I didn't know that little tip until we started doing festies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then if you're sending a picture of where you are, and then your friends get it an hour later and they try and then go there and you're not there, it's like, yeah, because that didn't go through when you sent it.
Yeah.
And they don't know when you sent it. So yeah, don't rely on your phones, but also timestamp your text messages.
No matter what, have a place decided to meet after the whole festival's done.
A few times, some of us would get back to the apartment early and then be stuck outside because the people who own the apartment were not there. So now we make sure to have a meeting spot for the end of the festival, and then we exit together.
Like at Outside Lands, we like to meet by the lockers at the end of the night. So no matter what during the day, if you just end up not finding each other, you know that at the end of the festival. If they're not there at the end of the festival, then there's a little worry.
There's a what?
a little worry.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my friend?
What happened to them? Festivals are very expensive.
They are.
Expensive. And you might not realize it because sometimes the expenses get spread out throughout the year, you know?
Yeah.
Like you buy your ticket 6 months before, maybe, if you plan ahead. Maybe you're getting an Airbnb that's usually like way before, you know? But then you think about your outfits and all your food and all your party favors and everything else that comes with festivals. It adds up.
I saw this meme not that long ago that was like, if I buy my festival ticket now, it'll basically be free in 6 months.
Yeah.
Exactly what you just said.
Festival math.
But yeah, festival math. Yeah, it could get pricey. You don't want to dig yourself into a hole.
My rookie mistake as far as budgeting goes is paying for festivals with my credit card.
I dug myself into a hole, and it was a really hard hole to get out of. Part of me is like,
Worth it.
Yeah, because like what else would I've done? I don't know. I just had so many great experiences with my friends and all the artists I saw. I think was like important life experiences to have.
You only live once.
Yeah, you only live once.
This was my fight with my parents all throughout my 20s. Every time I'd go to Coachella, my mom, why are you going to another Coachella? You went last year. I'm like, Mom, it's not the same.
Yeah, it's different every year. Yeah.
The budgeting, you can also just tie it back to the planning, because knowing like Outside Lands, like they're totally fine with you bringing in food, but
That's
like
what I was
maybe
just gonna go, yeah.
another festival might not.
Yeah, totally. Thank you for bringing up food.
A rookie mistake that I made is not at least attempting to bring in food. Outside Lands, thankfully, lets you bring in food. I have yet to experience another major festival that lets you bring in food, but I think it's still worth it to try. What? The worst that can happen is they'll take it, or you'll just have to eat it in line.
I used to say just bring cash and then that would be your budget for the day. But now a lot of these festivals, they don't take cash. They just take card, or you can connect your card to the wristband sometimes and like scan your wristband. Sometimes they'll give you like a little discount if you do that.
So rookie mistake, not budgeting.
It's not budgeting.
Not
yeah.
budgeting enough money for each day, because if you think about, like, you have to eat, and for those of you that don't eat at festivals, you have to eat.
Yeah.
Which I'm talking to myself right now because I don't always eat, but you have to eat. You need energy, okay? So at least one meal while you're in there. I would budget $20 per meal, because sometimes they can range from like $10 to like $18 for food at festivals nowadays. So like I would budget like $20 a meal, and if you know you're gonna drink, another 20 per drink.
Oh yeah.
It adds up. If you're gonna buy 4 drinks throughout the day
Yeah.
and one meal, that's $100 per day.
Yeah, a rookie mistake I've made is over prepping meals. No matter how much you prep, you're still going to end up buying food at the festival because
Of the convenience. And, you know, it's a lot of different types of cuisine to try.
for budgeting's sake, make your own food. It saves money. If you're just going to end up buying food anyways, prep breakfast and then prep late night hot food like bagel bites or stuff like that. And that usually saves us from leaving the weekend with a bunch of extra stuff.
Some of those places are really good. It's not just like shitty food. It's really good food. So especially
yeah.
at Outside Lands, you want to try some of their food. Another cost that you might not think about is merch. If you're the type of person that likes to buy merch. I never used to when I was a poor college kid going to festivals. I never used to buy merch. Nowadays, I'll try and get like a hoodie or a t-shirt or something that we can have to remember by. We've been getting a lot of hoodies, but like the t-shirts and the hoodies and stuff can range from like $25 to like $65. I would honestly, if you plan on getting like just one thing, just have at least $100, I guess, because like the blankets, sometimes we get those
are, like,
blankets. Those are
70.
really cool blankets, but they're like $100, aren't they?
They're
80 or 100?
75, yeah.
Yeah.
But we
they're-
use them for everything.
Right.
Like any kind of event we go to where you need a blanket.
Or even just at the festival,
Something-
just to sit on.
Right, to bring
Yeah.
it back to the festival.
Those are expensive.
yeah, they
I would budget anywhere from like $25 to $100
Yeah,
for merch. But they do have smaller items like stickers and koozies that are cheaper.
Bandanas are like
Yeah.
my go-to now. Like $20 at most. They'll do really cool designs on. And they're not huge. It's not something you're like, oh no, where do I?
Now I have to
Where do
carry
I
this
keep this?
thing.
Yeah.
I got a beanie this year, which thinking about that, I'm like, where is the beanie?
Nope.
Where did it go? Clark said this in an earlier episode, I think our Outside Lands recap. He was suggesting one of the like, reusable cups.
Oh yeah.
If you pay like
It was
$5 more, they give you a cup.
yeah.
And then-
It was under 10.
So that's like a cheap merch.
And sometimes there's a kickback for you too, where like then every time you buy a drink, it's like $2 cheaper.
Yeah.
And it's good for the environment.
Yes.
I don't know the pricing difference, but they do continue to sell the merch online after the festival if you really want to.
Yeah. Or you can pre-order before at some festivals.
Oh, you can.
Oh, and I remember this year for Outside Lands, they were like, if you want to hit up the merchandise shop online before the festival, we have the back stock from last year discounted.
Oh.
So if you do have a festival that you like that you continue to go to year after year and you didn't get something, not bad to check out too.
Oh, interesting.
true.
I didn't know
I've
that.
seen that.
I had another thing for budgeting.
Just a tip on budgeting.
Just a little tip. A popular way to get to and from festivals is public transportation. It's usually a cheaper way. But a rookie mistake I have made was not leaving extra room in my budget for ride shares and just assuming that I was going to stick with the public transportation or shuttle. At Kaboo in San Diego, the shuttle stop was like, I don't know, 4 blocks away from where we were staying. So walking to the shuttle stop in the morning, that was fine. But at night, we were like, screw this. So we ended up taking an Uber every single time. And I literally remember getting an overdraft notification one night as I was calling the Uber. So stuff comes up. EDC, for example, I had friends who were planning on doing the shuttle, but the line was just so ridiculously long. They ended up calling Ubers. And I know the Lyfts or Ubers from that distance can get expensive. Plan on potentially having to take a Lyft or Uber.
Rookie mistakes.
Rookie
with budgeting.
mistakes. Don't get
Don't get caught in
don't
the
get
long,
stranded.
Yeah, in the long line for the buses. That's
Yeah.
specifically for Outside Lands, like the Muni and stuff. Is that what you're
Yeah.
talking
Well,
about? Well,
that-
I mean, other festivals too, but
specifically for Outside Lands, what I actually just learned this year, waiting it out inside the festival for everyone to leave, actually kind of until they like kick you out. By the time you get out there, the public transportation is way less crowded.
We have always liked to drag our feet when it comes to leaving the festival.
That's true, no matter what, yeah.
No matter what festival. I mean, we'll be walking back to our friend's place anyways, and we'll still just drag it out.
Yeah.
Mostly because we just don't want it to end.
Right.
Yeah. Especially on that last day, you're like, no. I mean, I know every time I've been to Outside Lands, I've been kicked out of there at the end. Like, that's what not because I'm a mess, but like everyone's like, okay, everyone needs to leave now. Like, you need to leave. Like, that happens every time, at least once a year.
I took somebody to Outside Lands once who only had one day. So during the day, like, we saw who we wanted to see, but I was like, oh, you have to see the pretty trees. So we were walking around, and then someone found us, and they were like, hey, you gotta go. And I was like, oh, our friends said that they were at this entrance on the other side of the park. Is it okay if we just go there to go meet them? And they were like, all right, but get there quick. So I was like, okay. And then we just walked through the park, and I got to show him all the pretty lights. How did we get here?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. A little story.
Waiting it out for the transportation.
Oh, yeah. Wait it out. Or I guess leave early, but that's...
Another festival math thing. I was like gonna say, bring your card if using your wristband is gonna feel like everything's free.
Oh yeah,
just swipe. You can get caught up and just tap.
Right.
Let me drink. It's free. Let me tap it on my wristband.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess I don't know if you're the type of person that like you feel it when you swipe your card.
Yeah,
bring that instead if you're gonna be on a budget. And don't link it to your wristband.
Or maybe like leave the amount of money you want to spend in your checking account.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And so decline when you've hit that amount.
Also, cash is king. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Cash, like I know if you're camping, like if you're at camping festivals, they come around with the ice trucks if you need ice. Sometimes it's cheaper and quicker to use cash. I think at Bonnaroo, it was like $1 cheaper if you bought with cash.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
$1 or $2 actually if you paid cash. So it's always a good idea to have some cash on you.
Yeah.
So
thanks for being the ice runners, guys. I didn't know that because I never got ice.
I think so much of this stuff too, like some of these other tips that you guys are bringing up, it just goes back to planning too. Like just like literally, it is so worth it to look at the festival, their website, and their frequently asked questions area. That'll give you the top stuff.
I would also recommend, Reddit. A lot of times people will have their specific stories, especially for camping festivals, that can really help you plan.
Yeah, we had joined like Bonnaroo Facebook groups or something.
Yes,
that
Facebook
was really
groups.
helpful.
And subreddits.
Yeah, subreddits. I don't know the lingo.
Yeah, that's anytime it's a
sub
R, like it's a specific thing. Mm-hmm.
To recap the rookie mistakes that we talked about, I feel like we were all over the place, but
so all over the place.
Recap rookie mistakes: getting there late to a festival. Number 1. Number 2, not looking at the schedule and not knowing when everyone's playing or finding new bands, whatnot. 3, not planning your meetup spots. 4, relying too much on your phone. 5, not budgeting enough for food, drinks, and merch, and then not bringing cash. Number 6.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good one. That's a good list to start off with. So now we want to get into some of the rookie mistakes that you guys sent into our Instagram at Festies Podcast. Shit, where is it? Oh,
I'm excited to hear these.
You didn't look at them?
No.
Oh.
No.
Okay. Here we go. Vans for a 3-day festival.
Oh, shoes.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely want to be wearing comfortable shoes for a 3-day festival. I don't know. Vans are comfortable, aren't they?
But they have no like
support. Got it.
Yeah. So, I still wear them, so I shouldn't.
Yeah. I mean, there are some Vans that are like more supportive now, like they're more sporty. But yeah, like regular classic Vans, like slip-on Vans for a 3-day festival. No.
Definitely want to make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes. Someone else wrote in broken camelback hose. Yeah, we want you guys to stay hydrated. Camelbacks are a great option to stay hydrated, but make sure your equipment is working.
Yeah.
The next one we have here is no external battery packs. So like I said, relying too much on your phones. I mean, you kind of have to nowadays because they don't give out the maps and set lists like they used to. So you kind of have to rely on your phone to look at the schedule and stuff. So definitely bringing an external battery pack is a must. Okay, another one. Accidentally getting crossfaded, lighting J's for friends, and forgetting while drinking.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you don't smoke weed but know how to light up J's, keep an eye out for your drinking
Yeah.
so you don't get crossfaded.
Yeah.
2, learn how to light your own J's.
Wait, can you read it again?
Yeah. This rookie mistake is accidentally getting crossfaded because they were lighting up joints for their friends
Like
and they
secondhand.
forgot they were drinking.
So like secondhand.
He was,
Yeah.
well, I mean, he's
Oh, you have
literally
to- no,
smoking.
no,
You
no,
have
no.
to basically smoke it
Dude,
to light it.
I'm such a noob. Got it.
That's just not your particular cup of tea. That's all.
No.
So just keep that in mind. If you don't want to be high or crossfaded, don't start up people's joints. Going to the wrong concert. I'm assuming they mean set list. Right, the wrong set. Yeah, that goes back to our planning, making sure you know what stage your favorite artist is going to be on and
Yeah.
knowing the layout of the place. So you're not going to the wrong stage thinking it's the right stage.
Oh yeah, I just
Sunny just did that at Outside Lands.
just did that. No matter how experienced you are, you can still make rookie mistakes.
True dat. Okay, we've got 4 more. Leaving the group while messed up. No, wait, I'm going to read that again. Leaving the group while fucked up. I don't know why I tried to just censor that. Yeah, that's, if you know you're too messed up, don't leave the group. Because then you won't be able to find your way back to them.
Yeah.
I know from experience.
I know.
Dude.
I was just gonna say I know from experience. I had to go. So I had to go get a wristband from somebody, and I left the group. And I didn't even I don't think I said anything because I was just like, well, I know where to go. And then I got caught on the streets of San Francisco with no Ubers, like nothing. And then luckily, Vanessa's Uber driver was so kind, was listening to their conversations on the phone, and they were like, "No, let's go pick up your friend." So you guys came pick me up.
I don't even remember that.
This is in 2017.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just left the set we were at to go all the way to the other side of the park. I always mix up these two bands. They're not even similar. Was it Explosions in the Sky or Empire of the Sun? I always mix up these two bands. I don't know. 2017.
In 2017, it was probably Explosions in the Sky because Empire of the Sun. I don't think
touring then.
Were they?
I saw them in 2016.
Well, Empire of the Sun though is a weird one because they had an
I've never
album.
heard of Explosions in the Sky.
Empire of the Sun though had one album, and they were big in like the early 2000s when Walking on a Dream, right?
Yeah, but I saw them.
And then they were gone.
Yeah, but then they came back.
They came back because that Toyota commercial that uses Walking on it, and then all of a sudden they had another album out. It was like,
what year was that? 2017.
2017.
Okay, so
It was Empire of the Sun.
Empire of the Sun. Oh, okay. So they already must have had their comeback. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was pretty. Anyways, back to the point. I was definitely pretty messed up, and I just fucked off.
She said, "Fuck
Luckily-
you, I got work to do."
Like, I gotta go get a wristband for my homie for the next day. But my friends were so kind and found me. I wasn't tripping. I was just sitting on the curb, and I was like, at some point, the Ubers are gonna free up.
Yeah.
I just have to wait here.
Yeah.
So
Okay. The next one is taking more shrooms at the very beginning of your trip. Rookie mistake.
oh,
Just taking
thinking it's not hitting you, and then
Probably. That's all
Yeah.
it says, but I'm assuming that's what it means. Or not feeling it and taking more. That's a rookie mistake with anything.
yeah,
That's just a rookie mistake with shrooms.
Shrooms,
any
weed,
party favor.
any sort of party favor.
Dancing papers.
I would say for that, set a timer on your phone because it's easy. Like sometimes it's like, how much time has gone past, and Clark will be like, it's been 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Like-
set a timer or just take note of what time you take things.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, oh yeah, well I guess.
Yeah.
Set a timer.
Well, I'll forget
Well, I
what time.
Yeah, but that's the thing with festivals is they are another world.
Yeah,
I've
like
been
Vegas.
I've been at festivals with you guys, and I'll probably be a sober person because I normally am, but I'll still feel like that amount of time was like, oh my gosh, so much stuff happened in this short. It's
Yeah.
still a weird time warp sometimes.
Ain't no clocks.
Can't trust it.
Yeah, or just taking shrooms at all. I mean, a festival is not where I would ever do that again.
No,
because
know
I
yourself.
I
Know
missed
yourself,
Sophie Tucker, and I was so mad.
I couldn't believe that she was so fucked up. No, I couldn't believe that she was so messed up that she couldn't get
to Sophie Tucker
to the stage.
No,
like I could not. I was like, it's that bad? Just come over here.
I wanted to ask you so bad to come get me, but I knew that it was such a hassle.
Yeah, I was
at the main stage, and you were at like Sutro or something.
If you would have asked me, I probably would have gone done it.
I know.
I
should
was
have just done it, but
we were
it's
pretty
okay.
deep in there in the crowd, though.
That's what
I
I'm
think.
saying. Like that's a hassle.
I know, but I still would have.
But yeah, I like was so looking forward to this set the whole time, and I messed up.
Yeah, it's
I
okay.
messed up because I was trying to be cool.
Rookie mistake.
I was trying to be cool.
I was trying to be cool.
Trying to fit with your cool kids.
And Sunny told me not to do it, and I was like, "Fuck you."
Fuck you. Fuck you. I'm gonna do
kidding.
it anyways.
Okay, the next one is not taking earplugs.
Yeah.
Honestly, this is like my one regret I have from the very beginning. And just recently, I'm like started saying, I wish I had worn earplugs from my very first festival days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because nowadays my hearing is so bad.
Protect your ears.
And yeah, protect your ears. I tell Ed all the time, I'm going to need hearing aids by the time I'm 40 because I always have to turn the TV up so loud. He's like, are you seriously can't hear this? I'm like, no.
It's because it was lame to wear earplugs. Now there's like designer earplugs,
Yeah.
and they're like
Not just
making
the
them.
orange things in your
No.
ear.
They're not just like the twisty foam things.
Well, and
that
those
look-
foam ones, they're for construction sites, so they're
effective.
They are really effective, but now there's like 8 different brands that they make ones that they're just taking that 20 at the most 30 decibels off, which that makes a huge difference because it's the electronic noise from all those huge speakers. That's what'll mess up your ears.
Yeah.
It's
Don't
the,
go to
like,
EDM shows.
It's
I'm just
the
kidding.
whistle. It's that like when you hear something as electrical as hot.
yeah.
It's that noise that'll just absolutely destroy your ears.
Invest in some earplugs.
There's a lot of good brands.
Clark and I put them on our keys.
Yeah.
So we always have them.
Yep.
Nice. I still don't have any. So I need to.
Run it.
Christmas is coming up.
Yeah.
I know.
You're
Don't
getting
buy
2
any.
pairs.
I won't buy any. Yeah, get some for Ed too.
Okay.
Actually, he probably has a bunch because he works in construction.
Construction, yeah. But maybe he doesn't have one specific for music.
He doesn't have any cool ones.
Doesn't have any designer.
Designer earplugs. And the last one is nothing. I'm perfect. That was from our
All right.
our good friend Cameron.
All right.
Nice.
Get out of here.
Okay, well, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and please send us. I know there's so many like very obvious rookie mistakes that we didn't talk about, but we will later. But send them our way if you have any stories. DM us at Festies Podcast on Instagram or even TikTok. Our TikTok is the same at Festies Podcast. We'd love to hear your rookie mistakes and your tips and tricks and any cool, fun, horrific stories that you might have.
Horrific. I feel like I moved from stories to tips.
Yeah, we
Pretty
said we
quick.
were going to tell stories and then we just ended up giving tips, which, whoops.
Whoopsie daisy.
It's okay.
Oh, I just want to mention one last thing. A lot of music festivals have been canceled for one reason or another. Desert Days, Firefly. There were others, but I can't think of them right now. But Vanessa and I felt it important to tell you all about these smaller festivals that are happening because, I mean, we all know about the major ones like Coachella and Outside Lands, but it's important that we go and support these smaller events. So I'm going to list a few. Shout out to Festival Wizard for providing the online database for all things festival. Okay, so November 29th and 30th, we have Apocalypse, which is at the Queen Mary Waterfront in Long Beach. The same weekend, November 29th and 30th, we have Give Thanks, which is at the Cow Palace and Event Center in San Francisco. December 6th through 7th, we have Metal and Beer Fest at Summit Music Hall in Denver, Colorado. December 7th and 8th, we have Galaxy Station at the Bayou Music Center in Houston, Texas. And the last one I have here is on December 14th and 15th. It's called Tahoe Live, and it's at, is this the name of the venue? I don't know. It's at Palisades Tahoe, which is in Lake Tahoe. Shout out to all those festivals. If you find you're free one of those weekends, take a trip and go see some live music.